Hi everyone, welcome again to Bake Your Way Kitchen. On today's video, another non-baking video. We're going to be making probably one of the fastest popsicle recipes there is to make, and it's so delicious, so simple too, and you just need 6 extra hours for it to freeze. I got a large container here with a spout, and I've got 6 popsicle molds. I got this like on Amazon for like $10. These are really great. It doesn't need to be this kind. I don't even know which brand this is, but just a simple basic 6 popsicle stick set. And then you're in business. So the first thing you need to do is get 1 cup of a nut butter. It doesn't need to be chocolate peanut butter. It could be chocolate almond butter, chocolate cashew butter, whatever it is that you would like. So 1 cup is about 240 grams. It works out to 240 grams, so just bear that in mind. There we go. And then I've also got 1/3 of a cup, which is about 85 grams of pure maple syrup as an alternative. And because I'm Canadian, I kind of have to have maple syrup. It's kind of like essential for me to live, you know. But no, you can use honey or agave. If you've seen a lot of my other videos, you will know I'm definitely no fan of agave, simply because of its high fructose count. I think it's about 80 or 90% fructose, which is not good. That's like the worst element of sugar. Anyway, let's not make that another video. So you can see it blends very easily, the syrup and the peanut butter. Now I use natural peanut butter, so I'm like thinking, it smells like Kraft peanut butter now. Now that we've added all that sugar. And what we'll also add is about 3/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne, and this is really going to give it a bit of a kick, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to mix this in, and we're going to also add in, once this is incorporated, a bit of vanilla. Just a little bit. This doesn't need a whole lot. Or you could just leave it out altogether. Doesn't need vanilla, but you know me and vanilla. Oh boy, you know me and vanilla. So there we go. Now we're going to carefully, gradually add in, whoops, that wasn't as careful as I anticipated, our cocoa powder. This is unsweetened cocoa powder, and we're going to gradually mix it in while adding in milk. So it just doesn't, it's not like cake where you have to start with the dry, end with the dry. Just incorporate those two, the last two, then last. And we're just going to mix it carefully. It'll take a little bit of time. I'm going to add a bit more. This is 1/3 of a teaspoon, 1/3 of a cup, not teaspoon, 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, which works out to about 35 grams. And you can see it's really starting to incorporate, and I'm adding the milk kind of alternatively, and this is 1 cup of milk, and I'm using 1%, but you could use 2, you could use skim, you could use whatever you want. You could use almond milk, oat milk, rice milk, soy milk, seaweed milk, oat milk, whatever other milk there is. Whatever milk, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference, and it smells amazing. I'm going to add in the last bit here. Incorporate that. And as an optional step, you could add some crushed chili pepper if you really wanted to spice this up. You'd have to really be a hardcore fan to do that. I'm not even going to do that. And you could even add some cinnamon. This is chili, so the cinnamon flavor could work as well. Maybe about 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2, depending. Maybe start with 1/4 teaspoon and see if you want to work your way up more. This is starting to come together. We're just going to finish off with the last bit of milk. So now this is what your mixture should look like after it's fully incorporated. You'll see it's quite smooth, still quite runny, but a little bit thick. I did want to pass on a warning. This popsicle, it's not super sweet. So So if you've got a super sweet tooth, you might want to bump this up from 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup or honey to about 1/2 a cup. I'm just saying. And it does have that spicy kick, so you can tune back a bit on the cayenne from like 3/4 of a teaspoon to like 1/2 or 1/4, depending. So now it's all about assembly and putting it in the freezer. So carefully, using a container, hopefully a bowl that's already got a spout like this, we're going to pour our mixture evenly into each one. So we filled up the popsicles, which is great, and now they're pretty much ready to go into our freezer for 6 hours. You just need to put the sticks in now. But before we do, if you saw my previous video, or one of my more recent videos, I did a frosted peanut recipe. I'm going to garnish, well, kind of, we're putting it right in it. So it's not really a garnish, it's kind of making it part of the treat. I'm going to add a spoonful in each one, just like so. They're going to kind of maybe sit at the top because they are pretty tough, but let me tell you, it's worth it. So just a little bit. You can always enjoy more on their own after. Whoops. There we go. And now we're just going to put our sticks in, like so. Take it, and it goes like this. And the nuts will be at the bottom of the popsicle. As an alternative, before you pour in your chocolate mixture, add in the peanuts. There we go. Add again. So this is going to go in the freezer overnight, and I will have a taste once they're done. Okay, so I took these out of the freezer. These were in the freezer overnight, and they are ready. After like 5 or 6 hours, they'll definitely be done. And if you haven't used these popsicle molds before, they usually need to be dumped in, not the whole thing, but just the top part needs to be dumped in some warm water and let this sit out for about 5 minutes before attempting to take it off. So it's been about 5 minutes and I put it under warm water, so let's see if this will open. Sometimes it takes a little pressure. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness. So the frosted nuts that I added at the bottom are there, but again, as I mentioned, you could also have them at the top. So let's give this a try. Oh my god. I'm telling you, it's not sweet, it's very nice. As I mentioned though before, if you have a big sweet tooth, add a little more honey or maple syrup, whatever you were using to sweeten it. Oh my goodness, that cayenne really gives this a kick. And I can't believe how delicious this is, and yet how easy it was. Like you saw, it was only a few ingredients and then just 6 hours in the freezer. It's so easy. You could do this anytime. I definitely recommend this. Give it a try. Visit bakeyourway.com for full recipe details, and I'll see you in the next video.